Hey everyone, welcome back to Ask The Pedalist. I'm Mukund, and today we are diving into something deeply personal but incredibly powerful: how cycling can transform your mental health. When people think about cycling, they usually focus on the physical benefits: stronger legs, better cardio, weight loss. But what if I told you that the real magic happens between your ears? That cycling might be one of the most underrated tools for mental wellness. Today I want to share a story from my blog pedalmyway.com about how cycling helps somebody get away from depression and become their source of strength. Plus, I'll give you practical tips you can use starting today. Let me start with a story that many of us can relate to. Picture this: a 5-year-old kid wobbling on a borrowed blue bike with one of those slope-back banana seats. Dad's running alongside shouting, "Keep pedaling." Then suddenly, that magical moment. No more resistance from someone holding you. You're flying solo for the first time. You don't forget an emotion as exhilarating as the moment you start to pedal without any support. It was a small victory looking back now, but all those years ago, it was an astounding achievement. That freedom, that pure joy, that's where it all begins. Soon after, this kid was riding everywhere: to the store, friend's house, school, 10 to 15 mile trips without even thinking about it, fully engaged in riding and enjoying the freedom. Here's the key insight. Little did he know that cycling gave his mind clarity. It would become a source of strength and resilience in his adult life. Fast forward to the early 20s. College is over, the real world hits, and suddenly cycling takes a back seat. Sound familiar? Life gets heavy. New job stress, relationship challenges, the weight of adulthood, depression and anxiety crept in. As the author shares, I felt like whatever path I was on, I was bound to meet failure. I was searching for something to help me find my inner strength and courage. This is where many of us find ourselves at some point, disconnected from the things that used to bring us joy, struggling with our mental health, and feeling lost. Here's where the story gets interesting. Rediscovering cycling wasn't immediate or easy. There was hesitation, self-doubt, physical challenges. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to keep up with my earlier self. I'd put on weight and changed as a person, the author writes. But here's what happened when they got on the bike. I found that the physical exertion of cycling was a great way to clear my mind and focus on the present moment. As I continued to cycle, I began to feel more confident and empowered. This isn't just feel-good talk. There's real science here. When you're cycling, you are forced into a rhythm. The monotonous pedaling movement creates a meditative state. You're taking deep breaths of fresh air, fueling your brain with oxygen. Your mind starts to sort through its to-do lists, analyzing problems, and finding solutions. As the author puts it, the deep breaths I take fuels my brain with fresh natural air. All these combine to help my mind come up with solutions to problems, putting my mind at ease, reducing stress. I feel that if I do not cycle for a few days, I do tend to lose my mind and I feel the problems piling up in my head. Sound familiar? So what exactly is cycling doing for your mental health? Let me break down the key benefits. First, stress relief and problem solving. That rhythmic pedaling becomes your brain's processing time. You're literally pedaling through your problems, finding clarity that seemed impossible when you were sitting at your desk. Second, accomplishment and confidence. Every ride completed is a small victory, whether you're aiming for a specific speed, distance, or just making it up that hill. These mini goals boost your confidence and create momentum. Third, connection with nature. When you're out on your bike, you are taking in the beauty of the world around you. This helps put things into perspective and reminds you of the bigger picture. Fourth, it's your natural antidepressant. The combination of physical activity, fresh air, and that sense of freedom creates a powerful cocktail of mood-boosting chemicals in your brain. And finally, balance. As the author discovered, cycling helps you better manage stress levels and find inner peace. It's not just exercise, it's moving meditation. Alright, now how do you harness this power for yourself? Here are some actionable tips you can use. Set realistic goals. Start with time-based goals rather than distance. Maybe just 20 minutes around your neighborhood. When you meet or exceed these goals, you build confidence in yourself. Make it a ritual. Developing a regular cycling routine helps keep your mental health in check. Make it a priority and protect that time like you would any important appointment. Mix it up. Variety keeps your routine fresh. Try new routes, different terrain, various distances. This keeps your mind engaged and prevents boredom. Connect with others. Join a local cycling club or find a friend to ride with. This adds a social element that can boost the mental health benefits even more. Challenge yourself progressively. Push yourself to reach new goals, but do it gradually. The sense of growth and achievement is incredibly powerful for your mental state. And don't forget to refuel. After your ride, treat yourself to a healthy snack or meal. Taking care of your body supports your mental recovery too. So, what can you take away from today's episode? Cycling isn't just about getting from point A to point B or even about physical fitness. It's a powerful tool for mental wellness that's been hiding in plain sight all along. You don't need expensive gear or perfect weather or hours of free time. You just need to start somewhere. Even if it's been years since you've been on the bike, even if you're feeling anxious or out of shape, that first ride might feel awkward. But remember, you're not just exercising your body, you're exercising your mind. As our story showed us, cycling can be your releaser of stress and executor of plans. It can help you find your inner strength, develop a positive mindset, and create a balance in your life. If you're dealing with stress, anxiety, or just feeling mentally stuck, consider giving cycling a try. Start small, be patient with yourself, and pay attention to how you feel after each ride. That's a wrap for today's episode. If you find this helpful, check out more content at pedalmyway.com, where you'll find detailed guides on getting started with cycling, bike selection, and much more. Until next time, remember, sometimes the best therapy has two wheels and pedals. Get out there and ride your way to better mental health. Thanks for listening once again, and I'll catch you on the next episode.